Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, I'm gonna be finally telling you guys about my palette. We finally have a launch date. I'm gonna be telling you about the process of creating the palette, how long we've been working on it, all while doing this eyeshadow look with you guys. I did this eyeshadow the other day in one of my videos, and so many of you guys were asking for a tutorial or wondering what I use. So we're gonna do this eyeshadow look while I tell you guys about the process of creating this palette and everything that went into it. Before we get into the makeup portion, I just wanna run through, obviously, my palette. What's inside? What's it all about? What does it look like? I've shown you guys sneak peeks of this palette for months, and now I can show you the whole thing. So I have two palettes here. One is the original sample that I got. This was just the sample she sent me to, see if everything looked good, swatch the colors, play with them before we sent it to production. So this is the sample palette. And when she sent this to me, she was like, please be careful with it. It's the only one in the world. And I was like, okay, I feel the pressure. But basically, this is a sample. So it does look a little bit different than the original, which I will show you. The outside is a rainbow. On the front, it says AKA Aislinn, Spoiled Cosmetics. The lettering is black, but it's like hollow black. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but it's like a beautiful hollow black, and it's crazy seeing my name on a palette. Like, I've been so excited about this. I've been dying to tell you guys about it. It's just so gorgeous and so much more than I had ever imagined when we first originally started talking about this. So obviously that is the front of the packaging. Here is the back of the packaging. Again, just another rainbow. And then the inside, I wanted this palette to represent me as a person. So when you open the palette, it is black on the inside. Of course, you guys know, like, black and rainbow are my two things. It's like all black aesthetic with the rainbow hair, you know what I mean? Those two go hand in hand for me. So the inside of the palette, this is a sample. Let me go ahead and show you what the original is gonna look like that you guys will be getting. The outside is the exact same, aka Aislinn X Spoiled Cosmetics, with the rainbow on front and back. The inside is where this one is a little different. As you guys can see at the bottom here, we decided to change the two highlighters to cloud shapes instead of being two ovals. I just think it goes along with the palette shape a lot better. It's just cute, and it's just another fine detail, and I'm really glad that Jess suggested we do that. I love the shape of the clouds. As you guys can see, I have been loving this for months. There's indentations on every single one of these shades. There's like scratches and indentations from me using this palette for months. I have been loving it. I've been using it for every makeup look I have been doing. This one obviously is the new one. I have not used this one yet. I want to use the old one before I use the new one, and I wanted a new one to like show you guys how beautiful it is. So this is a second sample. Once we tweaked the clouds, she sent me this and I said, yes, everything's amazing, and it was sent into production. So this is the second sample I got. The inside is obviously all black, and the bottom here is like a black rainbow. It's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I wanted like goth vibes on the inside and like the rainbow on the outside because I feel like that's how I am. But you can see all the little details that went into this. You see the spider webs, the lightning bolts, the moons, the bats, like everything in this. The artist took tattoos that I have, and she created it into the palette. So if you look at all the tattoos I have on my fingers, I have the coffin, I have the pentagram, I have a heart, I have a moon, I have spiderwebs on my knees, I have Stay Weird tattooed across my shins. Like, the artist took who I am and put it into a palette, and I love it so much. Obviously, I wanted a mirror because there has been several times where I've been on vacation and I forgot to bring like an actual handheld mirror, and palettes that have mirrors in them have saved the day when doing my makeup on vacation. So I definitely wanted to include a mirror in the top just in case you need it. You never know. Sometimes you need a little close-up on your face. So I wanted to include a mirror in there. As soon as we talked about doing a palette, I knew I needed a palette that did this. Thank you. Can we get a round of applause for the folding palette? I'm sorry, the amount of palettes I have that do not fold backwards like this and only stay open, it's so annoying, okay? I get so frustrated sometimes because I only have limited amount of space on my desk here to do my makeup. So when I'm laying out like 4 different palettes and none of them open fully like this, and they all have to stay open, it is so frustrating. I hate it. So one requirement was that this little thing right here bent backwards, so that way you can literally lay the palette on the desk and you just see the palette. You could also turn it around, look in the mirror. You don't have like a full ass bulky thing. I wanted it to be very user friendly. I am so used to doing my makeup and having like 3 to 4 different palettes out and reaching from this palette and reaching from this palette and reaching from this one, and it's so annoying. As soon as I knew I was creating this palette, I wanted it to be something that I could grab and do my makeup and do many different eyeshadow looks with one palette. I was tired of grabbing multiples. No matter if you like neon makeup or natural makeup, one and done. You got a palette that will do it all for you. Like I said, you can make beautiful nudes, you can make neon, you can do pastels, you can do duochrome. Like the possibilities are endless. This is my perfect palette in my hands right here. And I have been using this and this palette alone to create my makeup looks for months. Like literally, this is what I've been using. So let's go over the shades. The whole top row here, I wanted matte rainbow shades, like true matte rainbow shades. Then underneath of those, you're going to see the shimmer shades. Those are gorgeous duochrome eyeshadows. I wanted rainbows and duochrome so that way you could create like a lot of different looks. Then we have neutrals. We have black, brown, beige, a light cream color. I also love doing natural nude makeup looks. So I wanted not only all the rainbow shades, but also the nudes. So that way I have everything I need in one palette. At the bottom here, you're gonna see the 2 highlighter shades. I also love to use these as inner corner highlight or just on the eyes as eyeshadow. Using this gold and the nudes on the bottom, you could create very, very natural looks. I've created several natural eyeshadow looks with this palette, as well as vivid neon beautiful makeup looks. This shade is possibly my favorite. It just has the most beautiful duochrome finish to it. Let's go ahead and swatch all these and I'll show you what they look like. We do have a little bit of an issue because I don't really have any open spots except for on my legs. So I'm gonna be swatching these shadows on my hand. Obviously, swatches are not the same as applying them on your eyes, which is why I wanted to do a tutorial in the video so that way you guys can see how these apply with a brush to your eyelid instead of applying swatches on my hand that has a bunch of lines and crevices in them. But I do want you guys to see the pigments. So I'm gonna start swatching here at the red shade and I'm gonna go across in rainbow order. Then we'll move down to the duochrome across, then the nudes across, and then we'll do the 2 highlights. Let's go in with the red shade. Here's what it looks like on my finger. I need to pay attention to how I do this. Let's try and keep them in order. Okay, there's the red. I'm gonna go in with the orange. I'm gonna swatch it right next to that. There's the orange. Ooh, these like freshly pressed eyeshadows hit different. I've been using eyeshadow palette that I've been like going into for a while. These freshly not touched eyeshadows are beautiful. Green, blue, purple. I love this purple. It's one of my favorite shades in the palette. This purple and this pink are like make my mouth water. You know how I am about colors. I'm very picky with like colors and hair dye when I'm mixing up different colors. But this pink and this purple, like they just make my mouth water. Here are the shades up close. The pink and purple, I'm telling you what, they just, ooh, love them so much. There are the bright colors up close for you. I'm just gonna go over these swatches one more time with eyeshadow so that way you guys can really see the color payoff. Obviously these will show up a lot better if you use a primer underneath them, but look how gorgeous the standard rainbow shades are. Let's go ahead and swatch the duochrome ones underneath them. I'm running out of room on my palm, but that's okay. We're gonna do the duochrome ones underneath the corresponding colors. Going in with the red duochrome shade, right underneath the red. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I'm obsessed. Going in with the orange duochrome. Going in with the yellow. Trying to do this while showing you guys and swatching, but I'm running out of room on my hand. So I need to make sure that I save enough room for all the colors. Okay, going in with the green. Oh my God, these duochrome shades are so pretty. I can't handle it. Can't handle it. Going in with the blue. I love them. Again, the purple and pink just melt me. I love the purple and pink duochrome and the matte shadows. They are so pretty. Okay, there are the duochrome shades underneath the matte shades. All of them have different reflex to them. Some of them have like warmer tones, some of them have cooler tones. I wanted them to pair well with the mattes, and as you can see, they all go so well with the matte colors. Like, oh, they pair up so nicely. Let me get a close-up of these for you. Okay, here is the best I can do. So here are the shades, and it's so hard to capture the duochrome like gorgeousness on camera, but these colors are just so pretty and reflective, and I feel like you can see them on my eyes. Once you get these in person, you guys, you'll be able to see the duochrome finishes a lot more. Let's go in with the nude shades and the 2 highlighters, and I'm gonna swatch those on this palm because obviously I have no room on this one. I'm gonna start with the lightest one and work my way to the darkest. This one is gonna be hard to see on me because obviously it's very pale. I'm gonna start here. You can see it, it's there. I love this shade. This is like a taupey cool toned brown. I love this one for like transitioning out the darker colors. This medium tone brown is also gorgeous. I use this darker brown for literally everything. This black it's black, baby. It's black, baby. There are the nudes. Let's go in with the 2 shimmer shades. I love this white one so much. The reflection on this white one is nuts. Like the duochrome finish on the white is insane. I'll get a close-up in a minute. Let's go in with the gold. I'm gonna wipe my fingers off. Let me give you a close-up of these. Okay, so here are the nudes with the 2 shimmers. Here is the lightest one, again, blends in with my hand. Then we have the cool toned, nice blending transition color. Then they just get darker and darker as you go along. These colors are so great to transition into one another, like starting with black, working it out into the brown, working it out into this color, then this color, then this color. You know, you can just like gradually fade these into one another. Down here on the palm of my hand, this one right here is the white duochrome shade. It is so pretty. I'm obsessed with this color. Right next to it right here is the gold highlighter. Here are all the colors in the palette, you guys. I'm sorry, I am trying my best, but you know, swatches, I'm trying my best to show you guys. That's why I did a makeup look, because it's hard to do swatches, you know what I'm saying? I'm obviously wearing all the colors on my eyes right now, minus the nudes. My palette will be launching July 19th, which is a Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars. If this is a palette you're interested in, or it suits you and your makeup needs, just like it suits my makeup needs, mark your calendar, July 19th, 11 a.m. Eastern. It's going to retail for $36. That is before you use my coupon code. Make sure to use my coupon code Aislinn and you will get 20% off the $36 retail price tag. That's going to save you a bunch of money. So make sure, don't skip that part at checkout. Make sure to use my coupon code Aislinn to save 20% off your purchase. I will leave a link for Spoiled Cosmetics and my coupon code in the description down below for you guys. I will also give you guys a reminder about the palette and everything on launch day, so that way you guys have a little reminder. So yeah, that's when it's launching, July 19th, 11 a.m. Eastern, retailing for $36 before the 20% off. Make sure to save yourself 20% off with my code Aislinn. That is my makeup palette. I am so excited for you guys to get it, play with it, tag me in makeup looks. It came out amazing. I couldn't have asked for anything different. Like, I literally custom created this, and I just appreciate you guys' support so much, and it's so cool that I even get this opportunity. And thank you guys for, I'm gonna cry, so we're not gonna do that, but if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this. So it's just cool, you know? It's just cool that I even got to create my own palette. Like, who gets to do that? And like, the only reason I got to is because of you guys. So thank you. I appreciate you guys. We're not going to cry off the makeup we just did. So I'm going to end it there, but thank you. I will give you guys a reminder on that Wednesday right before it launches to remind you guys it's going live, baby. So that's my palette. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Let's get into the video of me doing this makeup and talking about how this even came into existence. So as you guys can see, I've already done my base, my eyebrows, my lips. We're just gonna be focusing on the eyes today. So let's go in and start doing a rainbow eyeshadow look while I tell you the process and everything that occurred in order to create this palette. I'm thinking we match my hair color and we do purple and green and blue on this eye. And then on this eye, we do pink and orange and yellow. I did prime my eyes with the e.l.f. concealer. I love this concealer so much. It works so good as an eyeshadow base. I don't have any eyeshadow primer, but I'm telling you what, that stuff works amazing. You guys know I like to use neon pigments a lot, and this works so good as a base for neon pigments for fallout, especially doing like vivid colors. It helps make them more bright and not as muted. I'm just gonna reapply some concealer on my eyelids because the other concealer that's on there has been sitting for a minute. So I just wanna get a fresh layer of concealer on there to make the eyeshadow stick better and make things a little bit brighter and easier to work with. Okay, so going into how all of this started, one day, back in 2021, yes, 2021, okay? That was a very long time ago. This palette has been in the work for years, okay? So back in 2021, I received a message from Spoiled Cosmetics saying, hey babe, I have a question for you. Would you ever consider doing a makeup collab with me? You would have full control of content, coloring, and approval every step of the way. If you're interested, I am so confident that you would love working with me and that we could stop at any time before production if you feel like you want to change your mind. Okay, so I sat on that for a minute and I was like, I never thought about it before. But whenever I do my makeup, I grab so many different palettes. And so I thought it was a great opportunity not only to create something for you guys that I love and I know you guys will love, but something that I can use every day. I can just grab this palette and I can do any of the makeup looks I want to do with it. So I thought it was not only a good idea for you, but for me, like make it simple for me because I have so many different palettes and I'm so tired of reaching for all of these different palettes to do one makeup look. I just wanted to grab one and have everything I needed there. So that's what I decided to do. These are the makeup brushes I'm going to be using. These makeup brushes are literally $1. They're like Wet n Wild, $1 from Dollar Tree. I like to get one for every eyeshadow color I'm doing. I do rainbow looks a lot, so I like to have one brush dedicated for every color. These look dirty, but they are clean, I promise. Spoiled Cosmetics also has amazing brushes. I have so many of theirs over here, but these brushes I use specifically for vivid color. I just like to have one brush dedicated to every single color I use. For reference, I am going in with orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. So those are the colors we're going in with right now. I just wanted to tell you guys that so I don't have to hold up the palette every time. So I just picked up that yellow and that's where we're gonna start. I'm just gonna pack this into the corner here. Look how pretty. Are you kidding me? Look how pretty and pigmented that is. Make sure you have a good eyeshadow base before you apply eyeshadow. It helps so much to show the true pigment. I'm just gonna pat this on. I like to pat pigments on first before I start blending everything out. That way you get like a lot of the pigment on your eye. So I said, yes, I would love to learn more about it. I've never done something like that before, so I would definitely be interested in learning the process and hearing how everything works. For me, I love business, like the business side of YouTube and brands. Like that stuff is so interesting to me. If I didn't create content, I would probably want to do something behind the scenes, like with a business that reaches out to influencers and does like business marketing or something like that. I just love the business aspect of things. So I was really excited to learn more about, you know, what goes into making a palette, how it works, all that stuff. Picking up the orange now, and I'm just going to pack this on right next to the yellow. They responded and said, "Oh yay, I'm shocked you have never. I promise it will be an amazing experience. First off, what could you see your collab with us being? Palette, pigments, lippies, etc. Think of what you want to create. Once you know that, I can go over more in detail and we can video chat or something." So basically we had to decide what kind of collab we wanted to be. So in my mind, I already knew I wanted to do a palette. Like I said, I had a hard time finding a palette that worked well for me in everyday makeup. So I already knew I wanted to do a palette. So I just let them know, you know, I want to go ahead and do a palette. I'm just blurring out the edges of the orange. So I let them know exactly what I was thinking. I basically said I wanted to do a palette. The packaging could be shaped like a rainbow with 2 clouds at the tail. The inside, all black goth vibes. And then for the eyeshadow shades, I wanted to do 7 colors that were rainbow, 6 duochrome / multi-chrome colors of the rainbow that pair well. So I wanted to do like 6 matte rainbow shades and then 6 duochrome rainbow shades that coordinated with each rainbow color. So that way you have rainbow and then you have duochrome rainbow. Like I just thought you could make so many different cool eyeshadow combinations with that. And then I said I wanted a shimmery white, a matte black, and 4 nudes. I also wear nudes a lot. Like if I'm doing something a little bit more basic, I just do like a nude and wing liner. So I wanted to be able, again, to use this for days where I just want to do something more natural. I also wanted to be able to use this for like Halloween. I wanted to have shimmers in there so I could do like some fall looks with like a gold and a white. I just, you know what I mean? Like I wanted all of my needs in a palette. And then I took one of their current palettes that they have. They had a video game palette and it was a similar shape to what I was going for the rainbow. So I just sent them a picture of the video game controller palette and kind of drew out what I was thinking based on the kind of shape that I wanted. Then I sent her a reference picture of the rainbow like packaging, like what I kind of wanted that to look like. I'm gonna go back in with some orange and just connect the pink and orange. And she responded, "Oh, I love that," in all caps. And I was like so excited. You know, it's very nervous, like telling someone like what your vision is. And like, you don't know if they're gonna be like, I don't know if that's the greatest idea, or if they're gonna be like, oh, like hell yeah, that sounds amazing. And she was so excited about this, which made me even more excited about it. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not crazy. This is doable and it's actually a good idea. I was also talking about doing eyelashes, but I didn't want to do too much. So we decided to just do a palette instead of doing like a bunch of things. I said, yay, we don't have to do the lashes if you don't want to. 3 years ago, I found my dream lashes, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking to her about these lashes I found years and years ago and how I've not been able to find them. The closest lashes I've been able to find to match those are from Spoiled Cosmetics. I wear them all the time. They're in the shade Needy. They are my favorite lashes of all time. They're sold out right now and I broke my last pair, so I'm waiting for them to restock so I can like buy 3 different pairs in bulk, keep them so that way I don't run out, because I always seem to run out of these freaking lashes. Like, I'm always like breaking them because I wear them so often. I need to stock up instead of just like buying 1 pair at a time, you know? So anyway, we were just talking about these eyelashes. And then she said, so I have my artist working on a few projects for me, but I will get to your beautiful rainbow in the queue and we will work on the composite design of your palette first. And then once you're happy with the art, we will work on all the colors. Just to let you know, this is a bit of a process between designing packaging, color sampling, and everything, so don't be discouraged if it does take a little bit of time, because it will, which I was expecting. I said, okay, perfect. I don't mind it taking some time. I'm just really excited to be able to do this. And then she asked me about fonts and which one I liked, and I liked both of them, but I chose the top one over the bottom one. Then she sent me pictures of the like composite draw up of what the palette would look like. And I only tweaked like one thing. They literally nailed it straight out the gate. And I just said, so cute, I love it. The only thing I would change are all the drops on the rainbow and clouds. I don't mind the shimmery areas, but could we do them in hollow to kind of incorporate and tie in the duochrome shades that will be inside the palette? And she said, sending this to artist. Again, just packing on the color and then blending it out. I'm picking up yellow and green together just to lighten this green a little bit and make it more limey. You guys can see how much that just altered it, adding a little bit of yellow in there. So basically here is the design that she sent me. I absolutely loved it. I was so excited to start seeing like the concept design. And also the inside of the palette was a play on my tattoos. So the artist looked at my tattoos and you'll see like on the top of the palette, you'll see like the coffin, the heart, the lightning bolt, the moon, the bat, like all these things that I have tattooed on my fingers. I have bats tattooed on my arm, like all these things that I have tattooed. The artist did such a good job at taking things that obviously I love enough to get tattooed and incorporate them into the palette. It's just so me. And then she also wrote stay weird. I mean, nailed it. I could not have asked for anything better. And I said, everything looks great. I am so excited. And then I sent her some pictures of what I was thinking for the duochrome shades. And I did not know this, but like duochrome, multi-chrome shades are very expensive to make. She said the type of duochrome shades I wanted to do cost a lot of money to make and manufacture. And she said, we can do them, but the cost of the palette is going to be so expensive because these pigments cost so much to make. And obviously I'm like, I'm not trying to have this palette be like $50+. So I agreed to do something that was similar to the duochrome, but not as in-depth as like a multi-chrome. You know, some eyeshadows have multi-chrome where you see a bunch of different reflex. We decided to just do like duochrome that would be much more affordable and it would still give the same concept and idea to what I originally wanted. So now we are into 2022. She said, I'm getting colors finalized for the palette sample. I want to confirm rainbow colors and then underneath correlating chrome colors, 4 nudes and 2 highlighters. And I said, yes. So I actually had more room in the palette than what I thought. So she was actually able to add a few more shades in there that I didn't even have listed on my list, which is amazing. Like she did more than what I asked for. Going in with this purple, and I love this purple. It is just like a beautiful jam color, like just like the perfect pinky purple. Oh, you guys know I'm obsessed with the pinky purples. So then she started sending pictures of the shades that they started to create. And she sent me pictures of the swatches that they had been working on the shimmer shades for a long time, and they sent them to me for sampling. So basically what happened is this package that she sent all of these shimmers in got lost in the mail, okay? And once a package is lost in the mail, it's not getting found. I said they look so pretty, I can't wait to see them in real life. And she said this part has been a struggle to have high quality pigments, but having the palette be affordable, which I totally understand. I know that I was asking like a lot to have duochrome, to have rainbow, to have like nude colors. I was really asking for it. So obviously I knew it was gonna be a long process because I'm also kind of picky with my eyeshadows, you know what I mean? Like I want it to be good quality and affordable. So yeah, this part took the longest to try and formulate these duochrome shades. The shades swatched looked absolutely gorgeous. Like I was obsessed with these duochrome shades. So I said they look great, I love them, and I approved the duochrome eyeshadows. And then she said palette sample should be done. So we already had the configuration of the palette, but now it was time for the actual hard copy of the palette that you hold in your hand to be done. And I said, oh, so cute. I love all the shimmers. Is it possible to alter the other colors? It's hard to tell from the video exactly what they look like, but I was picturing more rainbow shades to be different. So she sent me the rainbow swatches and they were too pastel for me. I wanted like true rainbow shades. So I asked for those ones to be altered, and the nude shades I wasn't the happiest with. So I asked for all the nude shades to be altered and all the rainbow shades. I feel like I am such a pain in the ass to work with, but hey, listen, I mean, my name is going on the palette and I just have a specific vision and idea of what I want. You guys know, when I do my hair rainbow, I'm like very picky with my hair. I'm very picky with things like this. So I just wanted things to be perfect and be exactly what I had envisioned. So we went ahead and altered all the rainbow colors and all the nudes. I sent her some swatches of nude colors from other palettes that I liked to kind of show her the vibe of the rainbow that I was going for. She finally got the hard copy in of my palette and sent me pictures of it, and I was so excited to see that. And she sent me the pictures of my palette and I was obsessed, you guys. I wanted a mirror, and I was also really picky about this folding back. She apologized because it was taking too long, and I already knew from the get-go it was going to take a while, so I did not mind at all. And I just said, I love it, no need to apologize. I understand it's a long process. I'm just excited that it's happening. Now that we have the eyeshadow done, I'm going to cut my crease. So to cut my crease, I'm just going in with the same concealer. It's that e.l.f. concealer, and I'm taking a very fine brush. This one I think I got off of Amazon. And this one, I think this one's from Glisten Cosmetics. I don't know, just take like a fine angled brush. You don't need anything crazy or expensive. I'm just gonna pick up some of this concealer off of my brush tip here. So a hack for cutting your crease, you can draw a line like you're putting on eyeliner right here, then look up and it will carve out the area where you should be cutting your crease for your eye shape. I used to do that because I could not figure out how to do cut creases for the longest time. So I would just draw a line here, look up, and it would like create the crease for me. I have since evolved and I've been doing cut creases for years now. So I'm able to do it without doing the eyeliner step, but I will do it for you guys just so you guys can kind of see how it works. You got to make sure you apply a good amount too, or else obviously when you look up, it won't transfer. Then you just look up. You can like squint your eyebrows and stuff. And then it will transfer. Obviously I didn't put enough concealer, but it will transfer a pattern here that you can go ahead and cut out. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my crease off camera and come back because it's gonna take me a hot minute to do that. It takes me a while to cut my crease, honestly. And then once I have it cut, I'm just gonna fill everything in, and then I'll be able to see if both sides are even or if I need to adjust them. But most of the time I gotta adjust each side a little bit to make them more even. Also, this is a lot easier if once you carve out the crease, you take a Q-tip and you just remove the eyeshadow that's there. I'm not gonna do that because I'm putting the duochrome shades that match each color underneath of them. So if a little bit of the yellow and green and blue show through the concealer, it's not that big of a deal. It'll actually help the duochrome shades and it'll match. But if you're doing like a totally different color right here where you just want white, taking a Q-tip and like wiping off the extra eyeshadow there before you apply the concealer, it works a lot better. And most of the time when I'm applying eyeshadow or cutting my crease, I kind of like to work at an angle like this. Instead of working up and down, I try and work at an angle when applying eyeshadow and everything. I just feel like it blends better and it works out better. So that's what I try to do. All right, now that I have the general shape, we're gonna go in and we are going to try and make them a little bit more even. I did a pretty decent job, but this one's a little bit higher, so I'm just gonna adjust this one, try and make them more even. Okay, I feel like those are pretty even. I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna take a little beauty blender and just kind of pat down that concealer a little bit and kind of just like blend it out. Now I'm going in with like a tiny flat brush. I'm gonna start picking up the duochrome shades. Like I said, I'm just gonna be going with pink, purple, blue, green, yellow, and orange. So I'm gonna be working with those now. For the orange, I like to mix this one with a little bit of yellow, and for the green, I like to mix these two. Obviously depends on your preference, how deep you like your shades, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I'm gonna mix these two. Also, wetting your brush before picking up duochrome shades or using like a setting spray on your brush also helps the pigment show up more. I'm gonna go in with the yellow duochrome first. Back to the story. She sent me images of the new colors since I had revised what I was looking for, and they looked perfect. Like, I could not have asked for anything better. Like, I literally only had to tweak the shades one time, and then they were absolutely beautiful, and I loved them. So then she sent me a video of the finished palette with the shades inside and what it looked like. And I was so excited. I gave her my updated mailing address. She sent it my way and she said, "It's the only one in the world, so keep it safe, haha." And I said, "I will definitely keep them safe." Obviously, I will definitely keep it safe. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I was so excited. And then I finally got the palette about a week later, and I said, just watched all the shades. Oh my God, they are so freaking good. I approve of them all. So much better than I ever imagined. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And she said, yay, makes me so happy, especially because of the weight. And I said, it's perfect. Let's move on to the other eye. I'm gonna go in with the green. So that is basically how the process worked. We've been working on this palette since 2021. It is now middle of 2023. Finally in production. Obviously, I might have slowed that down with the tweaks I made and stuff, but I just wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to create something that I would be proud of, and I know you guys would also use. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make any sacrifices, and if I was going to do a palette, I wanted to do it right and create a palette that I would actually use. So yeah, I have been using this consistently ever since I got it. I've been playing with the colors, swatching them, obviously doing a million different eyeshadow looks. Literally, if you've seen any of my previous videos over the past several months, any eyeshadow look I have done, it has been with this palette. Whether it's a neutral eyeshadow look, I did one where I did gold, like a gold cut crease, and then like warm neutral tones on the outside. That's why I love this. The possibilities are literally limitless. Like, you could do fall eyeshadow with the gold here. You could mix this gold and the orange to create more of like a burnt orange color if you wanted that for fall. You can also do Halloween. You could literally just do nude eyeshadow. Like, literally you just could do like a nude basic eyeshadow just using these shades right here. So I did this makeup look a couple weeks ago in some of my videos, and so many of you guys loved it, and I was so happy you guys, like, I don't know, you guys have just been complimenting my makeup a lot lately, and it's just so fun for me because creating this palette also like sparked my love for makeup again. I, as you guys know, had not been doing makeup videos for a long time. I used to do them all the time, and then I stopped doing them just because makeup wasn't really fun for me anymore. It was more of like a chore for me to do versus like having fun. But creating this palette really sparked more joy and interest in doing my makeup every day and coming up with new creative ways to, you know, show off my personality or what I'm feeling for the day. You know, sometimes I just like something that's neutral and not crazy. Sometimes I don't like to have rainbow makeup. Sometimes I just do winged liner or a smoky eyeshadow. Like, I don't always want to be out there with my neon makeup, and sometimes I do, and I love that. So this palette captures both sides of my personality perfectly. Like, literally, if you just look at this palette, it's me. Okay, we got the neon beautiful rainbow hollowness on the outside. We've got the beautiful black on the inside. Like, it's just me, and I'm so proud of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys tag me in Instagram or TikTok if you guys use it. I would love to see your guys' makeup looks. Spoiled Cosmetics has a monthly subscription service, so you can like get the newest palettes sent to you every month. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna be getting this palette who don't even know who I am, which is also so cool because I feel like most people don't know who I am. So it's awesome that like you guys who know me and like we have a relationship, you guys get to get it. But then also there's gonna be so many people who just love Spoiled Cosmetics, don't know who I am, don't know anything about me, but love this palette regardless of if they know who I am or not, you know? This palette is for everybody. not just for people who love rainbow or love me. Literally, this can be used for any person out there. And I'm just like so excited about it, and I can't believe it's finally happening. Eyeshadow is now done. Crease is cut. Look at all these pretty duochrome shades. They blend together really well. Love it so much. Now we're gonna move on to lashes and liner. For liner, okay, I love this eyeliner. I've talked about it before. If you have watery eyes, which I feel like a lot of us people out there got watery eyes. I personally don't have watery eyes, but I see so many people struggle with it. Mariah has super watery eyes. I turned her onto this eyeliner and now she uses it. This is the Spoiled Cosmetics Crybaby eyeliner. If I am going to be bawling my eyes out, which is almost every day, I cry almost every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm very emotional galley. But if I'm gonna cry, if it's gonna rain that day, if I'm gonna be around water, I might get splashed, like literally anything that has to do with water, this is what I wear because this is so good and waterproof, and it does not smear, it does not smudge. Once it's dry, that baby is dry. I have sobbed at the Billie Eilish concert wearing this, like disgusting snot sobbed with this on several times, and it does not budge. If you guys are looking for a new eyeliner, check this out. I'm not going to be doing a wing today because I really want to show off the eyeshadow, but I am just going to be applying a thin line of this just above my eyelashes, so that way when I put on lashes, it blends in, you know what I mean? And I don't have eyelashes sitting on eyeshadow. I just want to blend in my eyelashes. I'm going to put on a little bit more. You know what I almost forgot to do? Inner corner highlight, baby. And you already know we're going in with this shimmery white, beautiful shade. I'm just going to pick it up on that same flat brush I've been using, and I'm going to pack it in the inner corner here. Look how gorgeous. I also like to apply this underneath my brow, on my brow bone. I just smother it in there. I also like to take my finger and just like pat a little bit. Like a little bit goes a long way, you guys. This stuff is very pigmented, and I just like to apply it on my cheeks. Pick up a little bit more. Look how pretty that is. It has like the most beautiful duochrome finish to it. Let's put a little bit on my nose, up my nose bridge. Just ties everything together, you know. Let's put more over here. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. I'm just gonna go in with all the matte shades I used, and I'm going to finish up underneath my eye. Eyes are done. Let's apply lashes. Like I said, my absolute favorite lashes are Needy by Spoiled Cosmetics. I love those lashes so much. I've never found a pair of lashes I like more, except for the ones I used to wear back in 2019 that got discontinued, and I can never find anything that's exactly like them. But these lashes are the most similar. Again, sold out right now, not in stock. Very sad. I have signed up for notifications for them to be back in stock. So today we're just going to be applying a different pair of Spoiled Cosmetic lashes. These ones, I honestly don't know the name of. I've been wearing these ones since my other ones broke. The last thing I like to do for my eyes is I just take the same eyeliner I applied before. I go over the top band of my eyelashes to blend them in a little bit more, just to hide the glue even more. Okay, makeup is done. I'm gonna get a little close up for you guys so I can show you how beautiful these pigments are. Look how pretty. Look how pretty this is. Like the duochrome and the shimmer. Oh, with the neon colors. Look how pretty that is, please. It just shows off so many colors within the palette. I love it. This is like one of my staple eyeshadow looks now, especially with this hair. Like the eyeshadow and the hair go so well together right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I do my eyeshadow, watching this video, and just supporting me. I literally appreciate it so much, and I will start crying. So we're not gonna talk about that. But anyway, if you're interested, or if you're curious about my palette or anything like that, obviously it will be linked in the description down below. If you are interested in getting my palette, please make sure to use my coupon code because it's gonna save you 20% off your purchase. So please, 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 if you use this, make sure to use my coupon code and save yourself even more money off of the palette. I don't know how long the palette is going to be available for, so if you want one, I would recommend getting it now. I don't know if it's going to be restocked. I don't know how long it's going to be available on the website. I'm going to stop rambling. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, the launch date for the palette is July 19th. 11 a.m. Make sure to use my coupon code to save yourself 20% off. I'm so excited to see any makeup looks you guys decide to create. Please tag me. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there, and you will be seeing a lot of pictures with this palette on my Instagram, so make sure to check that out. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.